Hello and welcome back to Girl Has It All. Today we are exploring a fascinating and often overlooked subject, the meaning of moles on your feet. Throughout history, people across different cultures have believed that the body carries secret signs, hidden codes and spiritual markers that tell us something about our destiny. One of these signs is the humble mole. If you have ever wondered why you have a mole on your foot, near your ankle, or anywhere around this area, then stay tuned. This talk is going to cover what these placements mean spiritually, emotionally, and practically. And don't forget, if you enjoy this kind of deep knowledge, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who might benefit. Your support helps spread these teachings and keeps this channel growing. The symbolism of feet in spirituality. Before we look at moles specifically, let's talk about the foot itself. Feet carry us through life. They are the foundation on which we stand, the part of us that connects us to the earth, and symbolically, they represent our path, our journey, and the directions we take in life. In many traditions, the feet are seen as a sacred map of destiny. Reflexology even tells us that different points on the foot are connected to different organs of the body. Similarly, in spiritual and astrological traditions, marks on the foot, like moles, are said to reveal aspects of our journey in this lifetime. Mole on the heel. If you have a mole on your heel, this has long been associated with movement and travel. A mole here suggests that the person may find themselves frequently moving from place to place, traveling for work, or even living in different countries. It can indicate restlessness, a need for new experiences, and sometimes a life where stability in one place is hard to achieve. Some traditions also say a mole on the heel points toward leadership qualities, particularly when dealing with groups of people. It can symbolize a person who gathers others and leads them forward, but who also never quite settles down. Mole just above the heel toward the ankle, injab area. Now let's add more depth. What if the mole is not exactly on the heel, but just above it, slightly toward the ankle? This placement, sometimes described in the injab area, carries a slightly different meaning. Here, the mole suggests that the person will still have a life connected to travel, but the emphasis is more on responsibility. These individuals may travel not for leisure, but because they are required to, perhaps for work, family duty, or even spiritual missions. It also shows that the person is always pulled in two directions: the desire to stay rooted versus the calling to move forward. This can sometimes create inner tension, but it also shapes them into strong decision makers. Mole on the upper side of the foot, near the little toe side. Now let's consider another unique placement. If the mole appears on the upper side of the foot, not in the middle, but closer to the ankle on the outside, the side where the little toe is, about 3 inches from the ankle, this is very significant. This mole suggests a person with unusual ideas and independence. They may often find themselves taking paths that others do not understand. Such people are often ahead of their time, making bold choices or walking away from traditions that no longer serve them. It also indicates movement toward freedom. These individuals may leave behind family expectations, cultural restrictions, or old patterns in order to live authentically. The mole here is almost like a spiritual reminder that their destiny is not to walk in the footsteps of others, but to create their own. On a physical level, because this area of the foot is connected to balance, it also symbolizes a life of challenges where maintaining stability financially, emotionally, or socially becomes part of their spiritual growth. Mole in the 4th quadrant of the foot. Now let's divide the foot into 4 quadrants for clarity. The first quadrant includes the big toe. The second quadrant lies just below the big toe, moving toward the ankle. The third quadrant covers the small toe, and the fourth quadrant is below the small toe, closer to the outer side of the foot. If a mole appears in this fourth quadrant, it carries a strong meaning. This is the region linked with the outside world, with exploration and with risk-taking. A mole here suggests that the person is destined to encounter situations that push them out of their comfort zone. Such individuals are often travelers, adventurers, or people who change careers or homes more than once in their lives. They are drawn to challenges, even if unconsciously, and while this can sometimes bring instability, it also leads to growth, resilience, and wisdom. In some traditions, a mole in this area is also linked with financial ups and downs. The person may gain wealth suddenly, but also lose it suddenly. The key for them is to learn the balance between taking risks and securing their future. Cultural interpretations. It's worth mentioning that the meaning of moles is not the same in every culture. For example, in Indian astrology, moles on the right foot are often considered auspicious, while on the left foot they may signify struggles. In Chinese face and body reading, moles are often viewed as hidden treasures, as signs of destiny that reveal where a person's fortune lies. In some Middle Eastern traditions, moles on the feet point to journeys, both physical and spiritual, sometimes suggesting pilgrimages or sacred travels. So, depending on where you are in the world, the interpretation can change, but the common thread is that moles on the feet almost always symbolize movement, travel, and destiny unfolding through paths not easily predicted. Positive and negative sides. Every sign has two sides. On the positive side, these moles show adventure, openness, resilience, and the opportunity to gain experiences that others may never have. People with such marks are rarely ordinary. They live lives full of stories, and they often inspire others. On the challenging side, however, these moles can signify restlessness, instability, or constant change. Such individuals may struggle to build long-term stability, whether in relationships, careers, or finances. The key message here is awareness. If you know you have such a mark, you can use this knowledge to prepare yourself, embracing the gifts while also working on the challenges. The spiritual lesson. So what's the lesson in all of this? A mole on the foot is not just a random mark. It is a reminder from the universe that your journey is unique. You may not always stay in one place. You may not always follow the traditional path, but in that movement, in that unpredictability, lies your destiny. Think of yourself as a traveler of life. Every step you take, every change you face, every road that pulls you away from comfort, all of it is part of your growth and your higher calling. So if you have a mole on your heel, above the heel near the ankle, on the outside of the foot near the little toe, or in the fourth quadrant, remember, this is not a coincidence. It is a sign that your life is meant to move, to travel, to shift, and to evolve. You may face challenges, but you are also gifted with resilience, adaptability, and courage. And that is the true meaning of these moles. They mark you as someone whose story will not be ordinary but extraordinary. If this video gave you clarity or made you reflect on your own life, then don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends and family. When you share, you could be helping someone else understand their own signs of destiny. And remember, this channel is all about uncovering the hidden meanings in life. So by subscribing, you are joining a community that values wisdom, growth, and understanding. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next talk.